down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kami dari kelompok 6 ingin mempresentasikan mengenai materi Hortatory Exposition. Sebelum itu, izinkan kami memperkenalkan diri terlebih dahulu. Perkenalkan, nama saya Lydia.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Zafira.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Claudia.
Hortatory exposition. A hortatory exposition is a type of spoken or written text that is intended to explain to listener or readers that something should or should not happen or be done. In other words, the main function or hortatory exposition text is to persuade the readers or listener that something should or should not be the case. To strengthen the explanation, the speaker or writer needs some arguments as the fundamental reason of the given idea. In other words, this kind of text can be called as argumentation. Hortatory exposition text can be found in scientific books, journal, magazines, newspaper, articles, academic speak or lectures, research report, etc. Hortatory exposition are popular among skin, academic community, and educated people. It means that the text asserts something to the readers by giving supporting statement and evidence to convince it to make the persuasion stronger. The speaker or reader gives us some arguments as the fundamental reason why something is the case. The characteristics of hortatory exposition contains purpose to persuade the readers or listener that something should or should not be the case.
Generic structure of hortatory exposition. The generic structure of hortatory exposition is number 1. An introductory statement. It consists of the author point of view, preview of the argument that will follow in the next section, and a question or emotional statement to get audience attention. Number 2. A series of arguments to convince the audience. This part is significant to support about the thesis. Therefore, it needs some reinforcement. They are explained as follows. A new paragraph is used for each argument. Each new paragraph begins with topic sentence. After topic sentence comes the detail of to support the argument. Emotive words are used to force the audience into believing the author. Number 3. Recommendation. Statement of what should or should not happen or be done based on the given argument.
It is a kind of text type that presents arguments or reason to support the opinion. It is aimed to persuade the readers or listeners that something should or should not be the case. The difference of analytical and hortatory exposition is on the term of its generic structure in the last part that is called as reiteration in analytical and recommendation in hortatory exposition. The function of both is quite different. In analytical exposition, reiteration is used to give emphasis on the writer's opinions by restating point of view, while in hortatory exposition, recommendation is used to give advice or such a suggestion to the readers to make a choice by considering the presented argument. In short, the purpose of hortatory exposition text is to argue a case for against a particular position or point of view, and it proposes a suggestion in the end of the argumentation. Some examples of hortatory exposition are editorial, letter to the editor, and letter to a politician.
Example of hortatory exposition text. The importance of reading. Thesis. I personally think that reading is a very important activity in our life. Why do I say so? Argument 1. Firstly, by reading, we can get a lot of knowledge about many things in the world, such as science, technology, sport, arts, culture, as written in art books, magazine, newspaper, aids. Argument 2. Secondly, by reading, we can get a lot of news and information about something happening in any part of the world which can we see directly. Argument 3. Another reason reading can give you pleasure too. When we are tired, we read books, novel, comic, newspaper, or magazine on the entertainment columns such as comedy, short story, quiz, aids to make you relax. Argument 4. The last, reading can also take us to other parts of the world. By reading a book about Irian Jaya, we may feel we're really sitting in the jungles, not at home in our rooms. Recommendation from the back above, it's obvious that everyone needs to read to get knowledge, information, and also entertainment. Or in summary, we can say reading is truly important in our life.
Language features of hortatory exposition. Common grammatical patterns in hortatory exposition include abstract noun, e.g., culture, etc., action verbs, e.g., will, etc., temporal connective, e.g., first, second, etc., modal auxiliaries, should, ought to, had better. The first is abstract noun. An abstract noun is a word which names something that you cannot see, hear, touch, smell, or taste. It is the opposite of a concrete noun. Examples: consideration, parenthood, belief, etc. Action verbs. An action verb expresses something that a person, animal, or object can do. For example, watch, talk, explode, reach, etc. The third is temporal connective. We will refer to a temporal connective as an expression which relates an event to point or an interval in time. For example, firstly, secondly, thirdly, etc. Modal auxiliaries. Here's a list of the modal verbs in English: can, could, may, might, will, would, must, shall, should, ought to.
Audio Jungle.